Hey, Mike.
Hey girl, how you doing?
It's that time of year
It is that very rare time of year.
where we get Sprang and Big Sprang.
That is true. Is that always been the case?
I was going to ask you the same exact question because I don't know. I didn't even know that they released either of these until you went, and I was like, oh shit.
I knew because someone told me, maybe Reed, someone
Yeah.
in our group let me know. So
So,
like
so
I didn't.
I wonder if they just released them like in a couple weeks apart, maybe.
I think they used to do like some amount of time apart. I don't. You remember ever seeing
Yeah.
them together? But whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. It is what it is. But if you're watching this and you haven't watched Mike's solo review of regular Sprang, I'll link to it after the video. And you go back and watch that. And then you can also go back and watch our video from 2018. We originally reviewed Sprang. We've never reviewed Big Sprang, which is the amped up version of Sprang, which is a Nelson so it's a Nelson Sauvin and Golden's hopped Kölsch spot inspired ale. That's not a Kölsch at all. Oh, it's not even. I don't even know where the inspiration comes from. If you
I
go
can
back
tell
and
you
watch our video,
that.
what?
Was it Henniker has a Colts inspired ale that tastes like a shit version of this. So. Like that's what they thought fucking Kölsch was.
They never tasted a Kölsch before, so they're like, they tried Sprang like, oh, this Trillium made it. That must be exactly what the style is.
Ridiculous.
Oh man.
All right. So, Sean, this is gorgeous.
It is. It looks like a hazy IPA for those
It
wondering.
does. It does.
But it's super hazy. It's cloudy, but it's really, really pretty.
It's somehow bright and straw colored.
Yeah, yours looks much better. Mine, if I hold up the light, it looks like yours, but with the lighting down here, not so much. But yeah, yours is awesome. And your proper glassware.
Well, it doesn't say Big Sprang on this glass.
Do they make a Big Sprang glass?
Probably not.
But for those that also don't know, it also has pilsner malt, Valley Danko rye. So it has rye, interesting. Dextrin and dextrose. But yeah, this is just a bigger version of Sprang, like I said, and a abbreviated version of the story in case you don't watch the 2018 version. Remember when they had this in bottles back in the day, and we picked it up, and like when Trillium was still distributing to actual beer stores, this would sit on the shelves. Not this, sorry, regular Sprang would. Before they made this, regular Sprang would sit on the shelves because people saw Kölsch inspired ale and it wasn't Congress Street or it wasn't Fort Point, so they're like, I'm not going to buy that. And like this beer, Mike and I had it for the first time. We're like, why is nobody buying this beer? It is just as good as all their other IPAs. It's so good. Anyways,
well, I was
buying probably.
I was buying bottles of it back then. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
Want to get a nose?
Huh. It's very grapey.
100%.
A little bit of peach too.
With peach and like the malt character comes through very nice.
Yeah, it does.
Crackery malt right in the back, right after the peach. Like a little bit of like overripened mango too, like a sweeter mango.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
this is juicy.
Some batches for us are hit or miss. Like we usually get it every single year, but like I think last year we were like,
because the previous year was like, so.
All right, so I've had regular Sprang. You've had regular Sprang. I edited your review today, which is by now already released. And if you haven't watched it, spoilers, it was really good. And I didn't do a solo review, but I had a can of it and it was really good. So, you want to taste this one?
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers, bud.
I have a few thoughts.
All right, go.
I really like it.
Okay.
And I like there's this lovely amount of kind of juicy bitterness across the mid palate. And there are some like tropical fruits and whatnot going on, but it's not what I remember.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's good. I don't think it's as good as Sprang.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is much more kind of hazy IPA territory.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it has a nice amount of fruit character. It's not. It's not normal type of fruit character you get out of a hazy IPA. So that's
No.
good. It's like grape skins and like peach and apricot and stuff like that. It's like different types of fruits. But it has a funny kind of chemical bitterness at the back of the tongue. It's not too distracting, but it does spoil the finish just a little bit to me.
Yeah, I get that too. But it does have it, and it's 7.2%, 7.5%. The site says 7.2, but anyways, it doesn't really drink. It. I want to crush this beer. It is very easy drinking.
Yeah.
It's very light. It's kind of fluffy. Like the malt character still comes through really well. But again, it's like you said, it's a New England IPA.
Yeah, it. I wish they would just call it the Spring Ale or something. Like it's not. It's only Kölsch expired if you don't know what a Kölsch is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and because they do it, they cool ferment it, so therefore it's like, all right, I guess it's a Kölsch. But like, go cool ferment a batch of Congress Street. You're not going to call it a Kölsch inspired ale. It's probably still going to taste like Congress Street. Maybe a little bit, obviously a little bit different, but
Or maybe they will call it a Kölsch inspired ale. I just think that like Kölsch is such a distinctive thing, that it's such an awesome thing, and this isn't it, and neither is regular Sprang. It just isn't it. So it's weird to me that you like hang your hat on that.
mm-hmm.
It's honestly, it's like having a 4% light bodied porter and saying, well, this is our inspired by imperial stouts. No, it's just not the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean, I can see that. I can see if I squint really hard and I punch myself in the face a few times, I can see what I'm getting. But it's
fine. I'll admit it.
It's just like, this is delicious already. You don't have to like have a weird thing that makes it sound fancier. It's Kölsch is just go to Cologne and you get Kölsch everywhere. It's not that fucking. It's a beautiful thing, but you don't have to make it seem like it's an exotic thing. It's just not,
Yeah, I think too. Like, but if back in the day, if they labeled regular Sprang as an IPA or a session IPA, it wouldn't sell. Right? Like, I don't think people would have bought it.
Just call it your Spring Ale then. That's what I said.
Yeah.
This is our Spring Ale, and this is our Imperial Spring Ale. I mean, whatever they want to call it,
Yeah. And I think when Sprang was first made, it's like that. Trillium's lager game was non-existent at that point. Like, they didn't have anything. So like,
nope.
Which I guess makes sense. But at this point, where they are with their lager game, which is on point, I would love to see them tackle a proper Kölsch.
Me too.
That would be really nice to see.
Because their crispy game is on point, man.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know if this is much as a. Sorry, go ahead.
We haven't talked about this beer at all.
That's exactly what I'd say. I'm like, I don't know if this is much of a review versus sort of a love letter to how much we do love this beer, but we're not really sure why they call it what they call it.
Yeah, and honestly, like the more I'm sipping this, the more I'm actually enjoying this. It's very very good. It needs overhaul in the can label thing and
that'll never change though.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a big deal to say oh, this is our spring ale. Other people have a spring ale.
I think they kind of call it welcome to spring, or hoppy welcome to spring. So they market it like that, but they're not going to call it a spring ale.
Well, they probably should.
But plenty of breweries have changed branding like a lot on beers, so I guess they could call this a spring ale.
Yeah, I mean, listen. The beer's good if you can get it. It's really really good.
100%.
Mine's room temperature. It's probably better, right? Nice and cold. But
mine's cold, yeah. But yeah,
it's still delicious,
if you've had this, if you like regular Sprang is a whole, because it's low ABV and it's loads of like tropical fruits. It's really awesome. It's really great beer, and this does amp it up, which isn't a bad thing. But for me, I think, and like Mike said, I think we both prefer regular Sprang at the end of the day.
Yeah, I do wish I got a few more of each. I don't know if they still have it there, and I'm not gonna drive down there, I suppose. But
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good. I like it. Tasty. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, ditto. But yeah, down in the comments, if you had Big Sprang by Trillium, what do you think of it? Do you think it's really a Kölsch inspired ale? What do you think of it compared to regular Sprang? What do you think compared to other Kölsches? Do you think it's more of a New England IPA? Probably do. But anyways, nerdsense.net, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, if those are your things. Like, comment, subscribe to those notification bells. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Sean. That's Mike. This is Nerdsense.